Thursday. That's the next best thing to Friday.
That's right.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Source, WOCA. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good morning, Larry. I'm great. How are you?
Nice
Good.
day today. Oh, I'm nice,
Beautiful.
too. I'm good.
Yeah, you are nice.
I'm fine. I'm fabulous.
Yes, you are.
It is 72 degrees right here, right now. And that means if you jump into the Silver River, you won't notice the temperature difference.
Exactly.
You're right.
Well, that's what I keep saying. So now I have to wait till winter to, when it's 50 degrees and then jump in and then see if that really works. I think it does, though.
Do the monkeys swim like somebody wrote to me about Smiley the monkey and said Smiley the monkey wouldn't be where you saw it because it would have to swim to get there and monkeys can't swim. And I said, what do you mean it wouldn't be where I saw it?
It's all on the same side.
I don't think they understood where I saw it. I didn't see it where the tourists go. I saw it on the other side.
Right, that's their domain.
I have a zoom lens. I have a zoom lens.
That's right, exact.ly.
Well, you got a nice looking top. That's a
Thank you.
Pretty top.
Thank you.
You going to the theater tonight?
Courtesy of Louise, yes.
You're going to see what's the play you're going to see tonight?
Crazy for You.
It's a musical?
It's a musical with Gershwin tunes. I've never seen it before. I recognize the songs, but I've never seen it, and I'm just so happy that the Civic Theater is doing things that aren't in the norm.
Oh, okay.
They're all branching out, and they do have the standards and the classics, but, this is great. I love it.
So tomorrow we get to hear your review.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right.
Go with my mother. She buys season tickets every year, so this is pretty cool. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
And she gets it for your birthday, which is coming up.
Yep, it is.
Your birthday on September 11th.
I know.
The date that the terrorists consider a lucky date.
Yeah. Come over to my place on the 11th. We'll see.
Oh, no, don't invite them over. We don't want them.
We'll take care of them.
No. Well, yeah,
with,
second thought.
Fun, frolic,
yeah, you're right. Ronnie's got a gun, so maybe you're right. Maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea. It would just ruin your birthday, though. You don't want that.
Let's just get rid of them, and I'll be happy. The ISIS.
All right. Well, let's see. What are we speaking about today? At 7:35. I know yesterday it's really heavy when you talk about the things happening in the world, and it's very important that we do, but I don't like to do it. All the time. So this morning, I thought at 7:35, I have something sweet, something cool, and something mildly debatable that's specifically about Florida, especially if you love fishing, or swimming, or surfing.
Okay.
Okay. So something sweet, very sweet. Something very cool that I can't wait to see myself, and a mildly interesting debate. No, it's an interesting debate. It's like a no-brainer debate. I can't imagine anybody debating this, but I'm going to leave that a kind of. I'm teasing you that way, so
I can't wait to hear.
It's the radio host skills I have developed.
Yes.
Tell things partially.
1984, you've been on the airwaves.
Partially tell things. Anyways, that's our 7:35 idea this morning. Not 8:35 this morning. News bites. That's where we really don't have a whole lot of creativity. We simply read the news.
Yep.
We don't offer a whole lot of commentary. In fact, we try not to at all. But sometimes it's hard to resist. But the idea is to deliver the news bite-sized so you can get on with your day and catch up with a bunch of stories.
Yeah.
Veterans News. I love Thursdays because that's when Veterans News is. Hank Whittier has been hosting that show now probably more than 10 years. I guess he's past the decade mark by now.
Probably, yeah.
And I actually have it written down somewhere when he started because he did ask me one time and I did look it up. So it's got to be 10 years by now. But anyway, Hank Whittier will be here with the vets and always love that show. Jeff Crossan at 9:35. He has a fun book. It's a children's book. He's an award-winning songwriter.
Yep.
I better find out what songs he's written because I don't know. But
they're all on the CD.
Okay.
There's a CD in the book.
But those wouldn't be the ones he won the awards for, would they? No.
Maybe not, no.
But anyway, I better do my homework.
Yeah.
It's a children's book. It's called I Ate a Cicada Today.
Yep.
And it's very silly rhymes. Your children will love this book.
It's funny.
This is just a fun. When you have a book that the children love, it doesn't get put back. It gets read over and over and over, right?
And then you keep it until they're like in their 30s when you give them all their stuff from their childhood.
Today, right now, if you ask me to, and I won't do this to you, but I could recite to you there was an old lady who swallowed a fly in its entirety.
That's right. You can.
I could recite. I read that so many times. I could recite the whole thing to you.
Yeah, you could.
So somebody out there in the future will be able to recite, I ate a cicada today, and the whole thing. It's kind of a fun book. Very fun book.
Yeah, and he also did the illustrations. So he's
really?
Yeah, he's a cartoonist. So
I didn't know that. Okay,
job.
That's cool. All right.
Everything's his.
Brendan Ross is coming on. This will switch the topics. He's a financial expert. He's going to tell you the benefits of peer-to-peer lending for small businesses and investors.
Yep.
Okay. Wayne Wakefield, 10:05. He's the founder and CEO of Nevada Business Corporation, and he's a financial expert. So we got two money guys coming on in a row.
That's a coincidence.
The Unbreakable Laws of Money is the title of his book. I bet I can break them.
Yeah, we're good at that.
I don't know. I feel like I've broken a lot of money laws. Christina Sutton at 10:20. She is a cattle and soybean farmer. Well, I bet that smells good.
Yeah.
Julie Kenny is a corn and soybean farmer. Oh, they're coming out to talk about the implications of genetic engineering.
Yeah.
And I think they are not so opposed to it. Am I right?
Yes,
they're
not.
They're coming on to say, you know what, all this chat that we should be worried about, come on, look at my cows.
Yeah.
Just because they say meow instead of moo, what difference does it make?
That's right.
I'm teasing.
Well, Julie's an expert on biotechnology, so she's also got, those kind of degrees. So she's pretty
Note
cool.
to self.
Yes.
If I'm ever a guest on somebody's show, make sure my bio includes the word expert.
Yes.
I don't know what will follow the word, but if on somebody else's show, one of our guests, say Larry Whitler, he's an expert on.
Exactly.
I'll figure something out. I don't know what I'm an expert on.
Exactly. You have to have that word expert. It gives everybody credence, right?
He has raised bulls, and so he's very much an expert on bull. Oh, never mind. Casey Deacons. Oh, Casey's coming on at 10:35. Casey is a young lady. She's a student at the University of Florida, and she's having a luau / picnic in Orlando on September 14th. Mm-hmm. She's doing this to help raise awareness for one of our favorite organizations, which is the Children's Craniofacial Association. Children's
wonderful.
Craniofacial syndromes, plural. Mm-hmm. These are the children, if you ever see these children, they are born, sometimes it's from an accident, but they're born with some kind of a bone defect in their faces, and their faces become, are odd looking, and I hope I'm not saying something improper, but if you know somebody with a cleft lip and palate, facial palsy is another one of the conditions. Fibrous dysplasia, I'm reading now these things. The Pfeiffer syndrome, Pierre-Robin syndrome, a sequence is another one. The Treacher-Collins syndrome. All these things are considered craniofacial syndromes, and Robin and I have supported this organization out of Dallas, Texas. Goes back a few years, and Cher is the honorary
chairperson.
Whatever she is, Cher's with this group, and Cher got involved with this group because of her involvement with that movie Mask.
Yes,
the character in the movie Mask, who was her son, had a craniofacial syndrome situation. I don't remember what he had, but
I can't remember.
Anyway, so we've been supporting this, and if you've we're putting together a video to try to help promote this group where we're getting people to do the Queen's Wave. So so we went yesterday. The mayor was kind enough to do the Queen's Wave for us. Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but it'll be like a 2-minute video when we're done. Tom Schmitz, who's here right now, by the way.
Yes, he's working hard.
Buddy gave us the Queen's Wave. Yesterday we went to the sheriff's office to get the sheriff to give us the Queen's Wave, and he sent out a guy with a gun. And we
That's okay.
You didn't need to have a gun.
Exactly. So it did
Deputy
not
Pogue,
get
was his
him.
name Pogue?
Yeah, Poe.
Yeah, no, he was really nice. I'm just
Poe.
teasing. Poe. I'm just
Poe.
just teasing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that didn't happen yesterday.
But anyway, so we're going to be speaking to Casey about what she's doing with the Craniofacial Association, and just a wonderful group, and it'll touch your heart if you ever go to their website.
Yeah, they do amazing things.
Dr. Martha Catalina Aragon Lopez is coming on the air to explain why people have really long names.
Yes.
No, just teasing. Just teasing. Just teasing.
She'll have fun.
She's a physician with family specialists here in Ocala, and she's invited as a guest of Suzanne Santangelo and Brittany Marthaler and Leah Caruso. They're the three ladies who represent Strive Physical Therapy and Ocala Health.
Yep.
So she'll be talking about the importance of flu vaccines,
Yeah, it's like getting that time of year. Brittany Marthaler will be coming in with her, so that'll be nice.
Fun with Joe today. The topic is the same as yesterday. We've got some more movie taglines, and you guys will have to guess the movies.
Oh, cool.
And then on the segment we do with Galen Uno from Life South, I've got some awkward moments in public transportation I want to share with you. Awkward moments in public transportation. We will take a little break. When we come back at 8:35, I'm sorry, 7:35, just a few minutes from now, something sweet, something cool, and something Florida-related debatable. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. High stakes for world leaders at the NATO summit in Wales.
In a joint op-ed in a British newspaper this morning, President Obama and British Prime Minister David Cameron saying developments in Iraq and Syria don't just threaten security in those countries, but at home as well. As well as Islamic State, the NATO leaders looking to come up with a long-term response to Russia's military moves in Ukraine.
Fox Radio's Simon Owen. A federal judge upholding Louisiana's ban on gay marriage. An appeal is expected. And the new season of Football Fever kicks off tonight when the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks host the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, the first openly gay player drafted by the NFL gets a second chance.
I'm trying to help the Cowboys any way I can so I can earn a spot on this team and help our team win games.
Michael Sam joining Dallas's practice squad. The St. Louis Rams cut Sam last week. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News on your time. The Fox News iPad app is ready to go with all the great features from FoxNews.com and our iPhone app optimized specifically for your iPad. Watch the latest clips from your favorite Fox News shows. Personalize the app by creating your own newscast using the video playlist. Listen to Fox News Radio live. Get local weather forecasts. And it's all free. Go to foxnews2go.mobi. That's foxnews2go.mobi.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. And in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall. You hear a lot of announcements on WOCA, but you don't want to miss this one. The Salvation Army Church Indoor Yard Sale is happening on Saturday, September 6th from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m., and everything is priced to move. Over 5 truckloads of Christmas items, clothing, furniture, knickknacks, and books. Doors open at 8 a.m., and there will be a little of everything. Go to 2901 Northeast 14th Street here in Ocala. Thank you for supporting the Salvation Army programs.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Job interviewers want to know that you're interested in that particular job at that particular company, not just any job. What's the number one dating behavior that 95% of people say is a huge turnoff? Being a picky eater. Add some color to your workspace. When deadlines are looming, adding a splash of blue or green will reduce anxiety and improve your focus.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out.
New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Thank you, Bob. Let's see, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. And yesterday, I think it was pretty heavy during this slot, simply because it was hard not to talk heavy when you're speaking about ISIS. It's just horrible. But
yeah,
I'm not lightening it up because of that. I'm lightening up because I found some sweet things and some fun things I want to share with you. There's a debate. It's a fisherman's debate. But a swimmer's debate too, because you swim where they fish. So it's an important. Again, I'm keeping it kind of a secret. The temperature just dropped, by the way. It's 70 degrees now.
Oh, well, it's fall now.
No, it's not fall. It's got a couple weeks still.
Yeah, but Mother Nature knows.
It's still summertime. Still summertime. All right, before I tell you my sweet thing, my cool thing, and my fisherman's debate, I have where's my the thing with the ribbon cuttings. We have a ribbon cutting tomorrow, right?
Yep.
This is at a hair salon?
Yep.
I have too many papers here. I need to be better organized. All right, the ribbon cutting from the Chamber and Economic Partnership will include refreshments. This is at the Crave LA Studio Hairstyling Salon, located at 21 East Fort King Street. The ribbon cutting is tomorrow at 4:30, and you are invited, kids. Park your car at Citizens Circle. Well, outside of it.
Yeah, not in the fountain area.
Walk down Fort King, heading towards 441, cross over Southeast 1st Avenue. We're talking about a block, right?
Yeah.
It's on the left. It's called Crave LA Studio Hairstyling Salon. Crave. 4:30. Be there or
be square.
Get your hair. Be there or get your hair. All right, so I want to share something sweet with you first. Something sweet, something cool, and something debatable.
Okay.
There's a video. I suppose it's considered a viral video. I don't know if it is, but it probably will be if it's not. There's a lady in Georgia, and she is 87 years old, and she has Alzheimer's. And I don't know that she's bedridden, but she's in bed in the video.
Oh.
And her daughter... I don't know if she's holding the camera, but her daughter... I'm hoping that when you hear the audio that I have for you, you'll be able to discern between the 87-year-old woman and her daughter. You know, when we talk about the ISIS people, we talk about the wars, we talk about the worst of humanity.
Yeah.
What I'm about to show you is why God keeps us alive, I believe, because there's really some beautiful love. There's really some beautiful love in this world, and it's most of the world, I believe. And it is illustrated with this video that I can't show you the video, but I'm going to play the audio for you. And if all you need to picture in your mind and you can look this up if you want to see it for yourself. But if you just listen to this, just picture an older woman on the left side of your mind's screen, lying on a bed with her head on a pillow, and lying next to her is the daughter who looks to be maybe in her 40s or so. Hope I'm not insulting her, but she looks like she's. Well, maybe I'm complimenting her. I don't know.
Maybe.
And I just want you to hear the exchange, because the daughter, if you've ever known somebody who has Alzheimer's, you know that sometimes they don't remember the names of their children.
Yeah, very sad.
And so you go in to see your mom, and they don't know who you are. You know, it's a very sad thing. So apparently that's what was happening to this young woman, the 40-something-year-old woman, I'm guessing. That's just my guess of her age. The young woman's name is Kelly, by the way. And you'll hear that in this audio. But in your mind's eye, you don't have to see this. Just picture an older woman on one side of the bed and lying very, very closely, shoulder to shoulder. The younger woman talking to her mom, and you should be able to tell from the sound of the voices who's the mom and who's Kelly. Okay?
Okay.
So here you go. This is sweet. This is why God keeps us alive, because there is love in this world. If we were all like those, never mind. Keep it sweet. Here we go.
Do you know you're my mama?
Uh-huh.
You do?
Uh-huh.
A while ago you said you didn't know you were my mama.
Well, you act like my mama.
I act like your mama?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying you're my mama.
I'm your mama?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be your mama.
Now, do you think that I would lay here with just anybody?
No. I think you want to have to love them if they want to.
Yeah, you do have to love them to lay down with them like this.
Yeah.
And I love you, Mama.
I love you.
But do you know who I am, though?
Uh-huh.
Who?
Kelly.
Yes, Mama. Yes, I am Kelly.
Uh-huh. Well, I love Kelly. And didn't I name you Kelly?
Yes, you did.
Well, I love you, Kelly.
I love you, Mama. I thought a while ago you didn't know who I was.
I know it. Well, it was something because when I have some fears, I get here and I'm thinking, my Lord, what in the world am I thinking about?
You are?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about right now?
Well, I'm loving you.
I'm loving you too, Mama.
Oh, well, we're both doing the same thing, aren't
yeah, we are.
Oh, isn't it wonderful?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that wonderful?
That is wonderful.
Started crying, didn't you?
Yeah. It's just so, I mean, you can just picture the visual, even though I couldn't see it.
And you know, those two women represent most of us.
Yeah.
Do you know those
Exactly.
two? That love that you just heard there, a 40-something-year-old woman knowing that her mom's probably not going to be around much longer, realizing that she may have forgotten her name, but then she remembers her, and you can hear it in her voice. You can see it in her face if you watch the video, and that's us. Mm-hmm. That is humanity. That's it. I mean, if that ever goes away, then I don't blame God for destroying all of us if it ever has to happen. But anyway, just want to share that with you. I thought that was sweet. All right, now I promised you something cool and something debatable. So let me do the cool thing real quickly because, well, gosh, I don't want to be quick, but the debatable thing is quick too. So, all right, here we go. In Orlando, Robin, here's the cool thing. Someplace we went to years ago, the Orlando Science Center.
Oh, yeah.
They have something on the 3rd floor right now that you might want to check out.
Oh, okay.
Computer scientists and engineers at the University of Central Florida teamed up with their counterparts at the University of Illinois in Chicago. And they also partnered up with the U.S. National Science Foundation, and they created a fun, interactive museum exhibit at the Orlando Science Center that is there right now on the 3rd floor.
Wow.
The exhibit gives visitors a peek inside the inner workings of a desktop computer.
Really?
And
isn't that cool?
And it seems very, very bland until a narrator shows up.
Uh-huh.
The narrator is Alan Turing. He is an avatar.
Oh.
Now, Alan Turing is the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence.
Is he on a video or is he like an actual?
Well, you have to go to find out. You have to go to find out.
Let's go.
Alan Turing, by the way, is also a World War II hero, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
His avatar speaks with a British accent. He guides the museum visitor to create his or her own avatar. So your face becomes this robot, artificial intelligence robot.
Wow.
The new avatar then undergoes the Turing test, which is his own test, to determine if the avatar is artificially intelligent or not. It's described as a very, very colorful exhibit. While the user is interacting with his own avatar, the exhibit explains the many ways we see artificial intelligence at work, from game playing to robotics and other things that we use them in modern-day society. The avatar also introduces the museum visitor to another character named Eliza. Eliza was the first computerized chatbot created at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1964.
Wow.
That's how far back Eliza goes.
Gosh.
Eliza emulates a psychotherapist and was among the earliest attempts to have a computer process natural language.
That is cool.
The research team uses photos of themselves as templates, then visitors create their own avatars. The team then turns those photos into computer-generated avatars. It just sounds like a lot of fun. I'm not reading fast for any other reason except that the commercials are coming up. So anyway, if you want to see this cool thing and take the kids, or just go yourself, 3rd floor, Orlando Science Center. It's been years since I've been to the Orlando Science Center. And there you go. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's my cool thing.
That is a cool thing.
All right, so I did the sweet, I did the cool. We need to take a break. When we come back, the debate that starts with fishermen. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today with a shower and thunderstorm around, high 86 to 90. Partly cloudy tonight. There can be a shower along the coast, low 71 to 75. Tomorrow, times of clouds and sun with that shower or thunderstorm in the area at any time, high 88 to 92. For Saturday, times of clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm around, high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus, Levy, Marion and learn how they can help you.
Thank you, Joe. 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Just a beautiful Thursday morning. Thursday is the next best thing to Friday, right?
Yeah.
70 degrees here at the Paddock Mall, by the way. A little tiny bit cooler than it's been lately. In fact, 2 degrees cooler than it was an hour ago.
Isn't that
So it
something?
just dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so you like to go to the beach. We have this thing in Florida called the beach that's like everywhere.
I know.
We've
It's
probably
wonderful.
I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like we probably have more beachfront than any other individual state municipality. Anyway, I don't know if we call it a state or municipality, but anyway, we've got lots of beaches. So imagine you're at the beach, right? And there's people fishing, and you never really think too much about this. But then there's some guys out there that they want to catch something bigger than just the normal fish. They want to catch a shark. So they're chumming the water.
Okay.
They're chumming the water. They're chumming the water with buckets of blood and guts and grouper heads.
Do 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 do.
Exactly. Exactly. So there are no ways for municipalities, counties and or cities to create laws to forbid that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because why would you chum the water for sharks in close proximity to where people are swimming and or surfing?
Yeah. Now that's stupid.
Why would you do this?
Yeah. That is.
I mean, nobody's
stupid.
so naive to think that the sharks might not be there anyway. But if you're actually doing something to attract them, let alone the nastiness of a grouper head washing up on shore while your little girl is trying to build a sandcastle.
Oh yeah, that's
of course
that's scary.
that can happen anyway.
Yeah.
That could happen naturally. Anyway, in Melbourne Beach, there's the mayor down there, Jim Simmons. He has seen his share of this and wants to put an end to it. He says he has seen the fishermen chumming the water just 30 feet from his surfboard. Apparently, this is a mayor who goes surfing a bit.
Good for him.
Well, our mayor surfed yesterday. He surfed to the
Yes, he did.
the Queen's Wave.
He sure did. That was awesome.
All right, so
Thank you.
All right, so he wants to. So he can't change the municipality laws because you can't change municipality laws to regulate sharks or shark chumming. So Simmons is planning to lobby the Florida Freshwater and Fish Commission on September 11th at a meeting in Kissimmee. And he's got 3 points that he wants to have done. He wants to establish designated shark fishing areas with signs warning swimmers and surfers of potential risk. That does not seem unreasonable. This is why I said this is kind of a lightweight debate, because I can't see how anybody would debate against this.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it is considered a debate.
Because they have rules about gambling. You can't gamble within a mile or something ashore, so why not have this rule about chumming X number of yards from shore?
Another thing he wants to do, Mayor Simmons from the city of Melbourne Beach, is to ask the Freshwater Fish Commission to let cities and towns regulate shark fishing. He wants to allow cities and towns to say, sorry, you can't do that. I mean, right now, you can regulate whether you have dogs on the beach.
Yes.
He wants to say, well, you can't, or you can, chum for sharks right there on the beach. I guess there would have to be a distance from the beach. But why wouldn't you want this?
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to go out in a boat to catch these things, right? Or do people catch them from the shore? Wait a minute. I have seen some catching from the shore.
Yeah, but that's like, Cedar Key or something.
And then the third thing he wants is to create a law that simply outlaws chumming from the shore. Simply outlaws it. If you're going to chum, you got to do it from, I guess, I don't even know how this would work if you were on a pier. Because if you were I've seen guys chumming from the pier.
Yeah, and that's not good either.
Well, not if there's people swimming at the other end.
No, if you're, and I like that. You can only chum when you're on a boat and you're like, X number of yards offshore. I think that's a no-brainer there.
So I wouldn't measure it in yards. I'd measure it in miles.
Or miles. Yeah, there you go. At least a mile.
But anyway, this is the debate. While surfing in March, Mayor Simmons was startled by a group of out-of-town spring break surfcasters. They had chartered a shark fishing guide for a week, and using a kayak, they dropped hooks baited with dead mullet next to Simmons.
Oh.
And his friends who were also on kayaks.
How irresponsible is that? That is just so rude, so discourteous.
Simmons and the Melbourne Beach Town Commission hope to change what he says is not unusual. It happens all the time. Last week, commissioners unanimously adopted a resolution urging state officials to ban chumming, the dumping of bloody bait, if you don't know what chumming is, by the way.
Yes.
Also to ban shark fishing within 300 yards of the beach. Ban
There
shark
you go.
fishing. Town commissioners argue that blood baiting endangers public safety by exasperating shark feeding activity. But there's a hitch. Saltwater fishing and chumming are regulated by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission and not by the municipality. So that's one of the things he wants to change.
Okay.
Nothing in the article I have indicates any opposition to this, so that's why I think it's a light debate. But I'm guessing that when somebody who enjoys going shark fishing from the shore hears about this, they're going to be upset by this.
Yeah.
Let's see. It says here, 5 shark versus human attacks have been reported this year in the area that we're talking about in Cocoa Beach. The mayor there said he forwarded Simmons' email to his fellow city commissioners so they could discuss the same thing. In 2011, the Division of Marine Fisheries collected opinions on chumming and shark fishing during workshops across the state. There's another Black Dog Bait and Tackle Shop that caters to shark fishermen, and they say they understand Simmons' view, but he does not support the ban on shark fishing or chumming. Well, I understand what you're trying to say. What you're trying to say is that my business is causing people to put chum in the water near people fishing, and that's dangerous. I understand that, but I'm opposed to you making it illegal.
Yeah.
Hello? Why? Because you're not out there swimming.
Exactly.
And nobody's naive enough to say, well, if you don't chum, there'll be no sharks, because there will always be sharks. But it just, I don't know.
Yeah, like go a mile off. I mean, you're in a boat anyway, so you don't have to stay by the swimmers. And there are, schools of sharks that come periodically throughout the year. New Smyrna Beach is one of the places that the sharks like to frequent, and then all the fishermen go out and just they do, and then they don't even have to jump.
It's the ocean. They're going to be there. I just think the idea here is to attract them unnecessarily in the areas where people will be swimming and surfing.
Right. They shouldn't. It should be at least a mile offshore.
I know this isn't heavy as an ISIS discussion or even an immigrant discussion or any of that, but it's Florida, and maybe you like to go shark fishing.
I like to swim.
You know what? I think it would be cool. I would love to go shark fishing.
Yeah.
But I think it makes sense to go out on a boat.
Exactly.
And do it and get it far away from everybody. It's like hunting.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, would you be shooting deer right next to a playground?
No. Not at all.
So somebody needs to bring up that comparison right there.
That's right. You just did. He's listening.
No, they're not. Good morning. You're on the air.
Like you and Robin, I also question the wisdom of measuring the distance in yards. I think you mentioned a 300-yard limit.
Yeah.
For one thing, I never saw a shark carrying a tape measure, so they don't know what 300 yards from the shore is. And second of all, you mentioned how the grouper head's going to, wash up anyway. Well, this chum is going to be carried in by the tide if the tide's going in, right?
Yeah.
So they might put this. Maybe the chum's going to be 300 yards offshore, but after the tide starts going in, it's going to be carried right up to where people are waiting. So
I know.
This is really an interesting debate, and I'm glad you brought it up there because it was kind of funny at the same time. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, and it is, but look, let's be real. Compared to hunting, I like the hunting comparison.
Yeah.
If you got a playground and swimming at the ocean is a playground-ish kind of a thing, and deer coming near a playground is nobody's going to be hurt by the deer.
No.
They're
in Silver Spring.
But I mean, well. And most fishermen are careful enough not to make sure that their hooks don't hit any swimmers. I mean, that's not the issue. It's the idea of chumming the water near where people are swimming.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it. I have gone swimming many times. This guy fishing. Look, what's he got on the end of that hook? Something that's going to attract something.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Bring the kids. We're out there in the water, just having a good time.
I remember being in the water one time and a huge fish swam past. Pete makes a really good point about the 300 yards. These things move fast. They can cover 300 yards. I mean, in no time.
Yeah.
That's nothing for them, 300 yards.
That's right.
I saw just this gigantic fish swim past me and head over to where you were with the children way years ago. And I was like, oh, my God, what do I do? I mean, it was like a torpedo. It was gigantic.
Yeah.
It didn't look like a shark. It was a blue. It looked pretty, actually. It didn't look like a dolphin, but it was fast, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Left us alone. I didn't even see it, so that was good.
Anyway, so I just thought I'd bring it up. I know it's a lighter topic, and
yeah, but it's a good point. I mean, you might as well get about.
Well, I do have a litmus test for some of the things I bring on the air. Can the listeners use this in any way? And while sometimes I still put it on the air when the answer is no, simply because, it's entertaining, I will do it for that reason. This particular one, I thought this would be good to bring on the air, simply because, because I've always thought this, you can't change the world, but you can change your world somewhat. So again, if you're going to the beach and there is somebody chumming the water, then you might want to say, you know what? Let's not swim here today.
Yeah, we'll go.
Let's go to the pool up by that hotel that we don't really stay at. We're not really staying at.
That's right. We will borrow that.
So the way you use that story is to simply say, "Wow, I never thought of that before." It's true. It's true. We really need to be careful. So, all right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. High-power talks are now underway in Wales.
President Obama and other leaders just meeting with Ukraine's President Petro Poroshenko here. Ukraine is not a NATO member, but the alliance is looking to come up with a long-term response to Russia's alleged military incursion.
Fox Radio's Simon Owen, Russia warning Ukraine's NATO ambitions are threatening to derail peace talks.
As for Islamic State militants, NATO chief Anders Fogh Rasmussen is not ruling out the possibility of NATO involvement.
If the Iraqi government were to forward a request for NATO assistance.
Meanwhile, President Obama saying the U.S. will not be cowed by the militants.
A preliminary report coming out next week from the Dutch authorities investigating the downing of a Malaysian Airlines flight over eastern Ukraine and a disturbance last night at the same Nashville detention center where more than 30 juveniles escaped earlier in the week. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Fox News Early Prime, breaking down business news and its impact on your bottom line. Your World with Neil Cavuto.
That's how I do business. That's why I am business.
Bold positions and brash opinions on the topics America is buzzing about. The Five.
How do you think this will set in with the American people?
This will be the pulse of the nation.
Washington insight and political know-how from the best in the Beltway. Special report with Brett Baird.
The epicenter of the political world is here.
The #1 place for fair and balanced coverage. Fox News Channel.
What's wrong with working hard to make our lives and our kids' lives better? Nothing. At Fox Business, we don't have a problem with success. We have a very big problem with those who get in the way of it. We don't come out of the box bashing those who make money, just the politicians stealing it and the bureaucracies wasting it. We're not just sitting behind a desk. We're out in the field, on the floor, with the folks. Because when a story moves forward, so do we.
Fox Business, the power to prosper.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Sign up for this year's Marion County Heart Walk and be part of a local movement that's helping others live longer, healthier lives. Join me, Corey Poole, your 2014 Marion County Heart Walk Chairman, and walk with me on Saturday, October the 4th at the Baseline Road Trailhead. It's a free event promoting physical activity and heart-healthy living. To find out how you can help fight the #1 killer of all Americans, visit us online at marionheartwalk.org.
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida.
You hear a lot of announcements on WOCA, but you don't want to miss this one. The Salvation Army Church Indoor Yard Sale is happening on Saturday, September 6th from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m., and everything is priced to move. Over 5 truckloads of Christmas items, clothing, furniture, knickknacks, and books. Doors open at 8 a.m., and there will be a little of everything. Go to 2901 Northeast 14th Street here in Ocala. Thank you for supporting the Salvation Army programs. 5 minutes after 8 o'clock, 70 degrees here at the Source, WOCA, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall, just outside the WOCA commissary, where you too can grab a bite to eat.
Yeah.
Galen, you notice on the phone, he's heading up to Gainesville to do his job over at Life South Community Blood Centers. He comes on each weekday morning to remind us of the importance of donating blood and the other blood products that they handle, like bone marrow registry and all that. This segment is sponsored by Penn Flooring, providing quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Stop in and visit their spacious showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. We use Penn Flooring here at WOCA, and so should you. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are you?
Pretty good. Sometimes you drive and I can't hear the car at all, like today.
Yeah, I don't know. I try to use the same setup every day.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah. Well, anyway, how's everything with you?
All is well. Blood supply is pretty good. I mean, we're still in need of RH negative blood type. So if you're an RH negative, we need you to give. And of course, still looking for that AB donors who can donate plasma.
All right. Well, we got that done pretty quickly. Just make sure you donate blood. It's easy.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy, and they'll figure out how to get it to the people who need it, right?
That's right. We don't have to worry about that. It's their job.
So today, my topic is it has to do with public transportation, and I know around here most of us don't take it regularly. Well, some people do. If you ride the Suntran, you take some
Suntran's a godsend. I hope they.
But I know you took some public transportation up in Atlanta. We've all had our share of it, whether it's an airplane or something. So it's kind of awkward moments on public transportation. First, I want to ask you: does the naming of a stadium matter to you? There was a story this morning about the Tampa Bay Times Forum changing its name to the Amalie Oil Company because the Amalie Oil Company is going to pay for the naming rights. Mm-hmm. Does that ever matter to you, Galen? Do you like...
No,
not at all?
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's another revenue stream for the team, so...
Really?
You know,
see, like if Madison Square Garden ever changed its name to like the Exxon Square Garden, I would be, oh, come on.
Yeah.
I was about to hedge my bet. There are certain stadiums that should never be called anything other than their original name. You know, like Yankee Stadium or Wrigley Field, Fenway Park. If they sold those naming rights, I would have a problem with. But who cares what happens with the Tampa Bay Rays?
My daughter is an avid fan.
But this isn't the
I saw the other day their attendance had 1,200 people in it.
But this is not the Rays. This is the Lightning. This is where the Lightning play.
Doesn't matter. I know. I just wanted to.
But this isn't Tropicana Field.
Shot at the Rays.
Is Tropicana Field still called Tropicana Field?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does Tropicana own it? Is that why it's called Tropicana?
Yeah.
No, they own the naming rights to it.
Oh, okay. That's the orange juice company.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still are. They still make orange juice. They're just owned by a Brazilian company now, I believe.
Oh, really? Hold on. The phone rang. Let me take a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Hey, I don't think I'd ever want Lambeau Field's name changed to like American cheddar cheese or something. You know,
that is so
I think I just leave it alone. So, like you said, some stadiums don't need to be touched. Now, Miller Park for the Brewers sounds good.
What is it? What is it called now?
It used to be the Brewer Stadium, Milwaukee County Stadium, and they named it to Miller Park, which is a beer.
Oh, okay.
Brewers place.
So nobody had a problem with that one, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. They bought because that's the beer capital it used to be.
Yeah.
But, some stadiums you leave them alone.
Yeah, I guess I agree.
Well, they rebuilt that stadium and named it as Miller Park. Yeah, and Miller bought the naming rights for that. So.
So some matter, some don't. That's an interesting question, isn't it? Though
it is very.
Because if
it's been around forever and it's an integral part of that community, naming it may not be a good idea. But everything can be had for a price.
So would you name something? The one thing that always comes to mind when we talk about naming rights was the NASCAR race. I guess it was the NASCAR race that was called the SpongeBob SquarePants the Movie 500 or 400 or something. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I said, you got to be kidding! That's the title of this race? Oh yeah.
Yeah, every NASCAR race has a name on it. I mean, it's no longer the Firecracker 400; it's now the Coke Zero 400.
Right.
Yeah, it was the Pepsi 400.
Right.
So there you go. I mean, that doesn't really bother me.
But that's a race. That's not a facility that you like the Nassau Coliseum. I don't know. I just fond of that place and think the name shouldn't be changed. But at the same time, what if somebody says, I can help you out with a few $1 million and
isn't that shut down now? Didn't they rebuild that?
No.
The Islanders play in a new place now?
I don't know that. I know I saw it still standing there when I was there, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
So I haven't been back. I don't know.
All right, I'll have to check on that one.
I don't know. But that would be sad, too, if they tore that down.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that place is so old.
But wait, how come stadiums are considered old when they're just a few decades old? I mean, you've got the Coliseum in Rome.
In Rome, yeah. I mean, that's there.
Yeah, how's that work? I mean, they're spending more money to keep that thing up than it probably ever cost to actually build.
By the way, I don't know if this is common knowledge, but just a little trivia I learned from working there. The word Coliseum is spelled differently than it is in Rome.
That's interesting.
Correct.
Do you know why?
No.
That's the question. Do you know why, Galen?
One's Latin and one's English.
Long Island is L.I., so they wanted the L.I. to be in the word Coliseum.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's how it's spelled, with an L.I. rather than an L-L-O-U-S, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to the Nassau Coliseum. At the time, it was state of the art.
Did you know me yet? Did you know me at that time?
No.
Not too bad. You could have said, Larry used to sweep this place.
That's right.
This was back when the Islanders were good.
Oh, you know what? I know I have some friends on Facebook that I grew up with that still are Islanders fans, and I think they do go to the.
They should be.
You just reminded me. Yeah, but I think during last winter.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think Jimmy McCauley was posting.
Oh, okay. Pictures
from the Coliseum. I think so.
Nice.
Well, anyway, all right. Well, I just wanted to ask you about that. Also, Also about the chumming of the water. What did you think?
Well, it's the reason that the local municipalities can't control what they do in their waters is because it's what you do a mile from some place in the ocean is going to impact everywhere. Chumming is a interesting thing because it attracts fish and it attracts sharks, and I can understand why that would be a really bad idea where there are swimmers at.
Yeah.
So but as long as you don't attract tiger sharks, you're probably not going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Tiger sharks are mean.
You're going to be selective in what you use for chumming.
Yeah.
Tiger
That's
sharks
right.
don't like
That's
this, so we'll use
All right, let's go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Galen.
Yeah, good morning, guys. You were talking about naming stuff and this and that, and real quickly, how did it ever become the World Series when it doesn't involve anybody other than the United States? Canada.
I don't know.
Other than that.
It's a good question. Galen, do you know?
It's just been called that forever. It's a good question. I do not know.
I've often thought about Miss Universe. There's got to be a pretty woman somewhere else out in the universe that just might beat ours.
Exactly. Might be a non-earthling.
Miss Universe is kind of presumptuous of it, isn't it? It's pretty bold. Pretty bold. All right, I do have some awkward moments on public transportation, but unfortunately we're right up against that break, so it makes no sense to start it right now. So here's the deal: go give blood. We'll come back with Galen in just a little bit. You're still driving, right?
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm wasting your time once you've gotten there, but if you're driving, I feel like I can waste all the time I want.
Don't ever. This is. I love doing this every morning. I consider this one of the highlights of my day.
All right. Have you ever caught a shark?
Have I ever what?
Caught a shark.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, you have?
Lots of times.
Dan caught a shark. Did you see? Or somebody with his group?
I did. I saw his video.
Yeah.
I saw his video he just posted. Yeah, it was awesome.
So we'll take a little break. He said, I asked him if it was a hammerhead, and then he said it was something else. What did he say it was?
Bonnet head.
What do you call it?
Bonnet
A
head.
bonnet head.
Bonnet head.
I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, okay. See, I don't know one from another.
Me neither.
I think I know, but then it turns out I don't.
Yeah, they ought to have markings.
These are labels. All right, we'll take a little break. Be right.
They need to have a name tag.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today with a shower and thunderstorm around, high 86 to 90. Partly cloudy tonight. There can be a shower along the coast, low 71 to 75. Tomorrow, times of clouds and sun with that shower or thunderstorm in the area at any time, high 88 to 92. For Saturday, times of clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm around, high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Thank you, Robin. And we actually went to
You're welcome.
We went to Carol Ann's home yesterday to get her to do the Queen's Wave for this video we're doing.
This is cool.
Yeah, Galen's going to do the Queen's Wave tomorrow.
Yay.
Right, Galen?
Yeah,
there he is.
sure will.
There he is. All right, so you took public transportation up in Atlanta, so I've got some public transportation awkward moments. Maybe you have your own, and I can relate to some of these. You know that time you're sitting in the bus or the subway or whatever it happens to be, maybe an airplane, and you just know it wasn't you, but people feel like they're looking at you. Feel like they're looking at you like, that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That smell, was that you?
Oh, that one?
Yeah. Does that not happen to you? See, it might happen to me because I'm a big guy. They said, I bet it was the big guy. I bet that was him.
Yeah, it couldn't be that petite woman over there. Yeah, right.
Pretty good.
They let some fly, believe me.
Or what if it is you and you just kind of keep reading your magazine?
Oh, you try to blame somebody else.
You smell something? No. Oh, now I do.
The key to that is to not say a word.
Can you imagine the person sitting next to you? You don't know that person. You let one out. Mm-hmm. He goes, "Gosh, somebody let one go."
Yeah, you just ignore, you just let it go.
And you say,
you can do it now by talking about it.
You say, "No, I don't smell." Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's bad. That's not. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Too late.
I don't know who did that.
Too late. You got to be right on top of this. Practice.
Remember we had that guy on who was an expert at detecting when people were lying?
Oh, yeah.
He was with the FBI
villages.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was local.
He lives in the villages.
Right. Imagine him on a plane.
Oh.
Would you let that go? No. Yes, you did.
He knows. He's the expert.
Here's another.
That's fun.
Another awkward moment on public transportation is when you're new to the area or unfamiliar with the area, and you don't know how to read the maps. This happens all the time in New York, and you don't know who to ask because you're afraid of everybody. So you're just kind of making your way around, trying to read the maps and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. How do I relate to this? Just ask. I always feel like you just ask. What difference does it make? Somebody say, I don't know, or they'll tell you the wrong thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. People ask me all the time, how do you get someplace? The crying child scenario.
Oh.
What do you do?
Oh, that's horrible.
Don't you hate that?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's easier if you've had kids, where you can. It's rough when you're surrounded by people who don't have kids. They're like, why can't they shut that kid up? And I'm like, it's not always possible. Sometimes the kids are just going to cry. So I think if you're a parent, you can appreciate a lot more. So, and most of the time it's just because they're tired, or if you're on a plane and their ear starts popping, it's just brutal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess you're right. If I don't know, a lot of people who haven't been parents though are pretty understanding about that stuff.
That's right. And those that aren't need to remember that it's not nearly as easy as people think it is. If you've never been a parent, I don't know if you can appreciate that, but
Do you know what's actually?
And by the way, nobody feels worse about that if their child is screaming in public than the parent.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
but you got.
By the way, you know what's more uncomfortable for me is the very, very social child, like the one that'll come up to you and say, hey, mister, look at this. Look what I got here. Oh, that's nice. Do you like that? Do you have a dog? Yeah, I have a dog.
Oh, you think that's uncomfortable? See, I don't, that doesn't bother me.
No. It's uncomfortable if it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
If like the parent is sitting back reading a newspaper and can you tell me about your dog? Well, yeah,
Yeah. We'll send that kid away.
I'm having a hard time describing a situation that would be uncomfortable, but if it goes too long, don't you agree or no?
I do.
Galen?
I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much.
Well, the parents should be in charge of their child, though, and keep the
There's a fine line. There's a fine line between. You don't want your child to be scared to talk to people in public.
No, I wouldn't say that. But.
No, but you don't want it to be extreme. I've always kept my children with me. It's very uncomfortable if they're going to go off and talk with a stranger, and then all of a sudden they're spending their time with that stranger. I am not leaving my child to do that.
Good morning. You're on the air.
I don't think you believe them, but they
morning.
go talk
How
to
are you?
somebody.
Good.
Okay, about the flights with the children. On one trip, we moved from Long Island to Reno, and we're coming back to visit people. And I had my cat underneath my seat, and he was knocked out for a while. Midway through the flight, he wakes up, and he starts, ow, ow. And a woman 2 seats in front of me says, my God, that baby sounds like a cat. And I said to her, no, that's a cat that sounds like a baby.
Oh, no. That's too funny.
Yeah, it was some trip.
That was a great story.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
That's
You're welcome.
funny.
Take care. I really got to get that.
I've told my story before about the English guy. Can I tell it again?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I
Sure.
tell you again?
No.
Galen, you know my English story guy, right?
No, I love it.
Okay, it's absolutely true. I did not know that cigarettes were called fags in England. I promise you, I'm not making this up. This guy, air blowing out the window.
Yes, he is.
So anyways, I sit next to this guy in the airplane.
Somebody vacuuming?
Yeah, it's a guy outside blowing the leaves.
They're doing lawn maintenance today, so they're doing a good job.
So the guy says to me, this was back when smoking on airplanes was okay. I guess it's not anymore at all.
No.
But anyway, so he was from England, and he said to me, "Do you know if they allow fags on this airplane?" And I said, "I don't know." And he goes, "Well, you've got the aisle seat. Can you look behind and see if anybody else has one?" So I turned around. And I said, well, it looks like that guy might have one. I'm not really sure. He said, okay, well, if I have a fag, will the smoke bother you? You got a smoke? What do you mean a smoke?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think that's funny.
That's how I learned a new word.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, and that's part of, what I hate and what I love about flying on planes is you either really get to know the person next to you or you really get to not like them at all.
I think everybody has to have some form of tolerance. So when you're in a plane, there's going to be families and you're going to have children and you're going to have people that lay back and snore and that type of thing. So you really have to be tolerant of other people because this is the way it is. You're in this little box and, you're not going to get away from it. So you just have to have a good attitude before you get on the plane.
So how about this one?
Except their children.
How about this one, Galen? You get on a bus, and it's going to be a long ride, and you got a nice seat. Here you go. And then all of a sudden, there's no seats left, and there's a lady standing, and you say, "Oh, ma'am, would you like my seat?" Mm-hmm. And then she's, "Oh, thank you. That's nice." So you get up. Now you're standing, right? Mm-hmm. And then here comes another group of people, and that lady gets up, and some guy sits there.
Yeah.
That was my seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's still the right thing to do.
Does that not happen?
Yeah, I mean, that happens. It happens a lot. I made somebody get up the other day. We were in Dragon Con, and there was only one seat, and this lady was standing there, and I walked up to this guy. He was probably in his 20s, and he was donating. There was only one chair left. I said, "So are you going to get up for this lady to sit down, or do I need to help you?" And he's like, "Oh, my gosh, did you let her sit down?" And she said, "Oh, that'd be nice." And I was like, "Yeah, get up." It was funny, but sometimes you don't realize it because you're in your own little world. But
right.
Yeah, you've got to get up. Yeah.
When you're riding a public transportation and there's a pole to hang on to,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody puts their hand on your hand accidentally, like they go to grab the pole and, oh, sorry. Right?
Yeah, right.
That's another awkward moment. Just thought
I
about
was in the, there's a tram in the Atlanta airport that takes you from like concourse to concourse. And people underestimate the velocity with which it moves at the beginning, right? And so this one lady, she had this great big purse. And the whole thing just came crashing down on me, and the purse was hitting me square in the face. And she was trying to get up, right? I was pinned, and as she's trying to get up, she's pushing down on the purse, which is in my face, and she's just pushing me off. And I'm like, and she got up and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "So am I." That was pretty funny. And that's the kind of thing that's going to happen on public transportation.
All right. Now, has this ever happened to you, Galen? You're in a train or something, goes into a tunnel, all of a sudden it's dark out there, right? And now you have this perfect reflective surface, and this is the opportunity to check out that girl across the aisle.
Yeah.
Right? So you're checking out the girl through the reflection, and she sees you. She knows you're not looking out that window. There's nothing out there. You're checking me out through that reflection, aren't you? Has that happened to you?
I don't know. I don't know. You'd like to think so, though, right? You're like, yeah, of course she's checking me out. But, I don't know.
No, I'm not looking at you. I was just, my eyes are just drifting that way. And
That's right.
There you go.
It is the reason I liked bar mitzvahs as a kid, is the reflective surface of the elevator doors. Because when you went to catechisms with your Catholic friends, all the Catholic moms had blouses that went up to their necks. But when you went to the bar mitzvahs with your Jewish friends, all their moms had low-cut dresses. You weren't allowed to look, but that reflective surface on that elevator door served us kids very handy.
Pretty good.
Instant mirror.
Do we have time? No, we really don't. We need a segue. We have a phone call coming in real quick.
Okay.
Got less than a minute. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hi, good morning, y'all. I don't know why it irritates me, but if I'm in a movie theater or an airplane when a little kid's behind me and his knee keeps on hitting the back of the chair over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was me once. That was me. When I was a kid, I was the one who always did that. Somebody's always turning around. Stop it. Stop kicking the chin. We don't have time for a segue. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
We're at Zephon International. So
where?
That's a business. Zephon. It's in Ocala.
Really?
So
I have to look it up.
We're looking forward to it. We're excited about it.
What do they make? Do you know?
I don't.
Okay. Well, we'll find out. Now that you said we don't know, I'm sure they'll let you know.
I don't know.
All right. If you can't get to Zephron, then go next door to the Cascades on Silver Springs Boulevard in Denellen. Go to Winn-Dixie, and Galen, have a great day.
You guys are the best. Thanks, all.
All right.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. High-power talks are now underway in Wales.
President Obama and other leaders just meeting with Ukraine's President Petro Poroshenko here. Ukraine is not a NATO member, but